You are listening to the Gaming Q podcast with me, your co-host Simon Halliday, and the main host, of course, Thomas Dallard.
Alright, hello guys, and welcome back to another edition of the Gaming Q podcast. This is your host Tom Dallard, joined with
Co-host Simon Halliday.
And today we are hitting the episode number
23.
23 was last
Don't.
one. You idiot.
24.
24. Right, so 23 was all about Simon, so hopefully you did enjoy that. If you haven't listened to it, go back and listen to Simon. Simon did his own solo broadcast. Well, not broadcast, I see. His own little podcast mini episode he had.
And Tom appeared in it later.
Yeah, I came in as the co-host eventually, but now I'm back as the host. So yeah, I'm back. Woohoo! Right, today. So what are we going to be talking about today? You ask. Well, Simon came up with this idea. So Simon, would you like to tell the audience,
Ladies and
listeners, what we're doing?
gentlemen, Gmod.
We're talking Garry's Mod. So Garry's Mod. What is it, you may ask? Well, I'm pretty sure most of you know about what Garry's Mod is nowadays, but I'm going to read it out and give you the information anyway. So Garry's Mod is a sandbox physics game developed by Gary Newman, hence the name Gary Mods or Garry's Mod.
Yep.
Modding as in modifications. That's what it's short for, if you didn't know that. So when it came to Garry's Mod, somebody abbreviated to Gmod, and now, since its inception, which was 2004, it's now one of the biggest things going in the gaming industry.
Did it really go back that far?
Yeah, it does. It goes back so far. December the 24th, 2014. So Christmas Eve. So what a great Christmas!
Wow.
Imagine that every time it comes Christmas, it'll be. So last year it was 10 years. This year it'll be 11 years. Imagine that for his for Gary Newman when he got for Christmas. Yes, 10 years of Gmod. Woohoo!
Yes.
But here we go. So the gameplay is pretty simple. It's just like your normal average PC sort of game, really, where you can literally go on it. There's no plot to it or anything, simply due to the fact that it's not. What's the word I'm looking for? It's not a game, really. It's a game, but it's not really a game, if that makes sense.
It's more like a bunch of games.
Basically, what you can do is that in your customization, you can get different characters out of different video games, such as
TV shows and films,
such as Half-Life, Left 4 Dead,
Doctor Who,
SCP. The list goes on forever. You can get anybody and put them in Gmod and mod them and do cool stuff with them. So that's how awesome. That's why it's also one of the biggest things going out there for modding and stuff, because
definitely
you can just do anything with it. So
there's literally lots of maps as well. There's horror maps, including things like Weeping Angels.
You can have horror
from Doctor Who.
You can have any maps from any other games as well. So like Left 4 Dead 2, you can have their maps as well.
Yeah.
You can have Half-Life maps. So yeah, it just goes to show you how big it actually is. SCP. Apparently, this was a kind of controversial with it. April 18th, 2014, there was a virus that entered the files of Gmod.
Wow.
It was known as Win_32. It basically, what it did was it hacked onto the actual server so no one could play it.
Ouch.
But because Gary's a legend, he soon fixed it. He made a statement the next day. I just yawned then. So it says here, on April 19th, 2014, a day after the virus entered the files of Gmod, Gary Newman, the creator, spoke out about discovering the explicit virus and his subsequent solution to the issue. He announced an exploit was released last night that took advantage of the source engine's file sending mechanism, which made it possible to send files with any extension to the client or server. This exploit is likely still active in all source game engines, so I'm not going to go into any specific details about it. That information would state that other games that have the source engine may be infected. No information, that was the end of it, by the way. No information from Valve has been released concerning over this virus, so far only Garry's Mod has been fixed. So yeah, Gmod got fixed within like 3 months because Gary Newman and his team are amazing. They're so intelligent and they can easily fix things.
Gary Newman
like
is
that.
a legend.
He is a legend.
Leave a like if you think he's a legend.
Leave him a like if you think he's a legend. Yes, of course. So the developer was Face Punch Studios. That's who he works for, I believe. And obviously the main one is Valve, which is owned by Gabe.
Yep.
And obviously the engine's run by Source, which also runs Left 4 Dead, Half-Life. You get it. It's basically all in that little franchise thing there. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the first part. You happy with the first part today?
Yep.
All right, so that's the first part done. That's a bit of the history about it and all that. So congratulations on Gmod for hitting 11 years when it comes up this December.
Congratulations from the Gaming Cube.
From the Gaming Cube podcast, of course. We're going to go to a break now. Didn't you pick a song last time?
I did, yes.
Should I pick a song now?
Yeah, go ahead.
I got my list out here. Do you want to think of something to say whilst I'm looking for what song I can include? You can go ahead if you want.
I just want to say, people, for listening, if you've been listening to us from the beginning, thank you. If you're new to this stuff, then also thank you and hope you enjoy. And thank you for liking the page as well. We both really appreciate it.
Of course, massively, yes.
And well, that's about it, pretty much. That's all I've got to say.
I can't really think of a song. I've got loads of songs down here, but I just don't know any songs. You know what? I know. We haven't played this song yet, so you know what? We're going to play. So I'm going to introduce it. So ladies and gentlemen, here is the next song. It's none other than 3-0, if that's how you pronounce it.
303.
303 or 30H. Featuring Katy Perry. This is Starstruck. welcome back to the second and final part of today's episode number 24.
Hope you enjoyed that, guys.
Starstruck, yeah. It's a great song, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, we're back, and today, for the final part, we're going to be reviewing, as always, the awards. And whilst I'm looking for the awards, Simon, would you like to... I don't know, whilst I'm looking for the Gmod awards and what things it's won, what would you give this game rating out of 10 in your little personal statement, please? Thank you.
You know, I think I've never actually played it myself, to be honest, but from what I've seen on it, it looks brilliant, I must say. And you know what? Sod it, I'm going to give it a 10.
Oh, awesome. Any reason why you give it a 10? Is it just that you just haven't played it, but it's just awesome what you can do?
Well, I like the fact that it involves pretty much every character ever. So, ranging from Doctor Who to Star Wars, things like that.
Yeah, fair enough, man. Fair enough.
Slender Man.
So yeah, with this now, with that being said, thank you, Simon, for your opinion, as always. We're now going to be reading out the awards, like I said. It hasn't really won big time awards. It's just really won like small, teeny awards, if that makes sense. So it's won stuff like, it says here, it was rated Game of the Year in 2005. It was nominated for it. It didn't win. It was nominated for it, so that's still good. That was nominated for it.
Pretty good.
But they've won many tiny awards. Hopefully one day they'll win the big award. It's just because the fact that it's not a game really, so you can't really put it down for a game. So at the end of the day, unfortunately, it won't win the awards, which is kind of sad really. But with that being said, everybody who's a gamer and gaming fan would know what Gmod is.
Yep.
I've heard of Gary's Mod, of course.
And also the heavy don't forget the heavy weapons guy from Team Fortress.
Oh yeah, Team Fortress. You can get everyone in there. Sniper, scout,
spy.
Everyone in there. An engineer, of course. You can get all of them in. And like I said, you can just mod and do anything you want. So for those of you to end it out quickly before I give my... Well, first of all, I'll give my personal statement. So my rating out of 10, I give this a 9. Simply due to the fact that it's not a game. But at the end of the day, that's me nitpicking. It's kind of horrible for me to do so because I'm like, I'm rating all this good and stuff, and then I just say 9, not 10 like Simon did. But it's just that
9's good though.
9's still a pretty good score for us anyway. So Gary's Mod or Gary Newman, who created the game, better feel lucky about that. I'm joking. He won't listen to things like this, but it'd be awesome if he did.
You never know.
You never know. It's out there. You never know. So just quickly, guys, for those of you who can't remember, if you ever come across Gmod, remember Gmod stands for Gary's Mod. Gary's comes from Gary Newman, and the mod comes from modifications. So Gmod. There you go.
Hell yes.
So with that being said, I think today we're going to call it a day for the episodes, and all I can say again is thank you for listening to episode number 24.
We both appreciate it.
As always. That's our catchphrase now. We both appreciate it, as always.
Yeah. That's episode 4 done, wrapped up.
You said episode 4, episode 24, you mean? We've done episode 4, man. I'm joking. It's fine, it's fine.
Episode 24, wrapped up.
In the pocket, in the books, out of sight. And until episode number 25, which is another big milestone for us. I've been your host, Tom Della, along with
co-host Simon Halliday.
And until then, guys, we will catch you out.
Peace out, gangsters.